President Donald Trump announced more tariffs on Russia, along with the shipment of new weapons to Ukraine during a meeting with NATO Secretary Mark Rutte at the White House on Monday. This, as a report in Financial Times claims that the president has privately encouraged Ukraine to step up deep strikes on Russian territory, including the capital. NBC's Keir Simmons reports from Moscow.
Hey there, good day to you. The Kremlin behind me there just responding to those reports that President Trump and President Zelensky discussed targeting Moscow and Russia's St. Petersburg with long-range weapons. That report in Britain's Financial Times quotes, it says, two sources familiar with the conversation. NBC News reached out to the White House earlier today. So far, we have not heard back, but the Kremlin's response is interesting, saying often such rhetoric turns out to be fake, while saying President Trump's statements yesterday are very serious. President Trump saying that the US will supply Ukraine with weapons paid for by Europe and giving President Putin 50 days to agree to a deal, effectively to compromise, otherwise threatening secondary sanctions of 100%. So that would mean not only sanctions on Russia of 100%, but also on countries that trade with Russia, like China, like India, like the United Arab Emirates, like Brazil. They would be punitive financial penalties against President Putin and his country here for failing to agree to an end to the war in Ukraine. That war, though, continues unabated. A report by Ukraine just today says that in the last 24 hours, more than 1,000 Russians died in the war. It says that Russia launched 5,500 strikes against Ukraine. Again, just in the last 24 hours, those numbers. Now, the Kremlin says that President Putin may himself respond to President Trump's threats. A senior Russian official, though, saying it may take some time to, quote, analyze the situation, but certainly the rhetoric is escalating. Keir Simmons, NBC News, Moscow.